Hi, and welcome to The Carpenter and His Cat. I'm Anthony, the carpenter. This is Robinson, obviously the cat. And together we are the carpenter and his cat. So today we're going to actually cover the first process of French polishing using a French polisher's rubber. Now, I made a video previous to this on how to make a French polisher's rubber. So I'd recommend you watch that first before you get to this stage. Previous to this, we actually coated the top with 50% mixture of methylated spirits and shellac polish. So 50% meths, 50% shellac. And we applied that with a French polisher's mop. So you need to watch that video before you get to this point. So that's been set aside and it's now set. So I previously sanded this just to save a bit of time. But to explain how it goes, we just basically use some 320 aluminium oxide paper, 320 grit, and then we just lightly rub it along with the grain, and it just gets rid of any little imperfections that was left from the last approach, the last application of polish. So the next thing we're going to do is get rid of that dust. Now, what you want to avoid is sweeping it away, because it'll come back, and possibly on the work you're working at. And dust is the #1 enemy of the French polisher. So I use a tack cloth. You can buy these, and it's just it's a slight sticky surface on the cloth, and that picks up any bits of dust. Like so. I'll just put that aside. And it's even worth actually using a vacuum cleaner if you've done some really dusty work. Just to basically what you want to do is remove the dust from the area. You want to be dust free as possible. So we're bodying up. So this is the first stage using a French polisher's rubber. Now I've charged this with shellac polish. Now you can see that in the previous video on making a rubber, so like I say, recommend you watch that first. So we're going to come in and apply this very light strokes, just sort of touching the surface, and you can see a very small amount of polish being applied, and just keeping straight lines with the grain. No stopping, like so. And it's the basic rule is many light coats are far superior to one thick coat. And I can start to see a slight sheen already. When you get a feeling with a polish, it'll tell you when to stop, because you will get a point where it starts to drag. You get resistance, and that means you're putting too much on for that point. There's the next process, which is called pulling over. I'll explain, because you do actually spend a lot of time applying polish. I'll explain how we get over that little issue with the rubber dragging. And what we're doing as we do this, we start to fill the grain, and that is what will give this tabletop a unique finish. There we are. As you can see, Robinson's watching patiently. He's taking it all in, aren't you, Robinson? Just backwards and forwards like that. That's going on really nicely. Try it again. Apologies for the train passing. We're right next to a railway track. We'll give it one more go. Tighten up the rubber. Flatten it out. Now I recommend you wear latex gloves. Some of the trade won't, because they say that if you get any polish that dries and sets on the glove, it will actually break off as you're doing the polishing. But I've never really found it to be the case. Say, opinion is divided on the subject. And there we are. So you should start to see a slight sheen. Let me lift it up to the light. But that's the basics. That's the first, what we call bodying up. That's completed. So we'll go on to the next stage once it's been put aside, and then we'll start the pulling over, which is when we start to put lots of polish on the top. And we'll actually see more or less the finished product when that's done. So for now, I'd like to say goodbye. I'm Anthony, the carpenter. This is Robinson, my cat, and together we are the carpenter and his cat. So if you like that video, please press like, and please press subscribe if you want to see some more. Thanks for watching. Bye.